just start with this one. Okay, a little recap here. The Discovery finds the nebula where supposedly this Kelpian ship was. And all kinds of weird and lots of radiation storming and everything else. And inside they find a planet made of dilithium. Oh my god. And the stupid only goes further downhill from there. Let's see. Saru, Mikey, Spock, and Dr. Mushroom, Little Ricky.
Over.
Yeah, whatever. Good to go down to rescue this one life form. Apparently, because it's kind of now revealed after the marks with radiation. No, she's pregnant. Now it's revealed she's pregnant. Whereas Saru probably recognizes marks right off the bat and didn't say a damn thing. Possibly because they didn't think of it till they started writing this episode. So, but we'll get, leave that aside. So, somehow after a few convoluted things of trying to get the ship to jump to a safe spot inside this very stormy nebula, or whatever, they beam them down, then beam back out, or zap back out, waiting for them to find this one lone life form, probably the Kelpian. Well, inside where the ship, apparently they beam into the holodeck, which is the excuse to get nice and weird for no reason, just to get nice and weird. Whereupon, let's see, they're one around. For some strange reason, they decide to change their appearances, which really is just a convoluted way to allow Doug Jones to act in his own face without the mushroom shit on his face. But got a hair here. But just to make it fun, they God, there. I think I got it. They turned Dr. Culber into a Bajoran, complete with a little earring and nose ridge, and I think they kind of got the nose ridge right. And Mikey turns into a Trill. So how you see the spots on her, I don't know, but either way. And eventually they've come across some other programs in there that say that their appearance was changed so to not alarm the child. Okay, you turn a Kelpian into a human to not alarm him when you could have made a lot of progress by leaving him Kelpian. But all the holograms kind of glitchy anyway. They're going doing the little Max Headroom routine. And here we get a little pastiche of ripoffs. They trying to find the thing, and they wander into a stair room. It's okay. Now we're ripping off Labyrinth and little Escherland thing, and they're being chased by some kind of a smoke monster. Guess what? Now we're ripping off Lost. At least Kurtzman has the thing of saying, "Hey, it's a JJ show. I can do that." JJ's my friend. I'm special. And yeah, I know this. He's not working. Well, he's still over in charge, so they probably asked him, "Can we smoke?" Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I like it. Or maybe he may even suggested it. Who knows? Don't really care. So as they're trying to reason with this little mushroom man-child, who thinks everything around him is but it's because the idea of anything outside the holodeck is too upsetting. It's been over 120 years or so. I think something, one of these programs would have said, there is a world outside here. And sooner or later, no one's bothered to say there's a rescue mission possibly coming the way. But of course, that's what happens when you encrypt your distress signal. These people are idiots. Okay, and I'm talking about the writers. Okay. Meanwhile, outside the nebula, waiting for word, Tilly's been put in command, because of course she's first officer. Ensign Tilly is now in command of the ship, where everyone on board outranks her. I will say this, Mary Weissman is very good as a captain. It is not believable coming from Tilly, who up to this point has always been a nervous Nelly. The only time we've seen her act with this kind of command is when she's impersonated Captain Killy from the Mirror Universe. So, yeah. she does very well in command, but again, it's not in keeping with Tilly's character. It just shows that, Mary Weissman has got a little bit of charisma and command thing, so, she's being wasted in this show more than anything else. But they get a call from, the Federation ship coming, but they won't go on visit. They just send the right codes. Okay, wait a minute, something's wrong here. And so scanning, the neutrino, they're cloaked. They're masking their signature. So boom, it's, Angry Green Lady from a few episodes back. I forget the name, don't care. Whatever. And her big hulking ship is now looming over Discovery. And they're trying to get things battened down because turns out whenever the little Kelpian kid has a little hissy fit for whatever, the shockwaves go out and it's hit everyone. And at this point, it's obvious. Yeah, the kid caused the burn. You don't need to film it. Here's the... No, we figured it out 10 minutes ago, Mikey. Okay? And, of course, they can't bring the kid out because it'll start all over again. So, now they got to get faced with the thing of someone's got to take out the kid in order to safeguard the universe. But before they can do that, Angry Green Lady manages to send a boarding party on Discovery just before they're about to jump. He sandwiches in the booth with his hands in the thing. Okay, get the order. And before... Till he can say black alert. They're on, they grab him, they pull him off, put a little, tiara of doom on his head, and now he's a robot. So. And they, yank everyone's comm badges, yank Tilly out of his seat, and, now they've got the Discovery. Oh, and coordinates for Federation Commander, Federation Headquarters, already programmed in. How convenient. Yeah, of course it is. So next week we find get a nice whole thing where they pop in, all hell breaks loose. This should be the season finale, by all rights. We're talking 14th episode. And I'm sorry to say that we did actually watch it on CBS All Access instead of doing the downloads because it's in an output source yet. Which does actually save me the problem because I might not even download this one in this case. I'll just send the relevant email to the right folder, and I might a little later. But I have since deleted all my Discovery downloads, even the short tracks, because I needed the space for something more valuable, like I think a couple old movies I was downloading. I wanted these movies, okay, but. The stupid continues, and they're finding all kinds of reasons to justify the stupid. That's a holodeck. We can do whatever we want. Like I said, the logic behind... You have a Kelpian captain. You should keep him as Kelpian. They would have checked that. Right? Oh, he's perfect. His own kind has come to rescue him. The only other Kelpian face he's seen is a replication of one of the elders telling him bedtime stories, singing them lullabies. Now, again, I feel great for Doug Jones. He's able to actually act, in his own face for a change. Not to spend 3-4 hours in the makeup chair, get me and turn it into a mushroom. But I'm sure they're going to find out some other way to do that. Without. Again, a lot of the story was just padding and stretching things out. Whoops. And again, my mic stand is busted. So this thing's going to be trouble. By all rights, it should have been locate him, beam him up, and if necessary, beam him to their holodeck, and then ease him out, But no, we got to have all this, thing here. And like I said, by all rights, next week should be the season finale of this garbage heap. And we'll spend the off months arguing about because there's one thing that because I tried to bring up Doomcock's point and the Trekker's point about how they've already admitted that this, they've been, this is the universe where they incurred. No, actually, someone pointed out that the guy in the incorrect early next gen uniform came from a universe that was disrupted by Romulan show. So, Big Neck Guy was actually from the Kelvin timeline, but again, how he wound up in the next gen uniform and the year was off by 10 years. It's, I don't know. Again, it's stupid. It's, oh, it means that it's in the canon. No, I mean, it may not. He may be in the script, but that's not the canon universe. So it's like, just because he came from the Kelververse doesn't mean he's in the canon universe. So we can all play that game now. Now that they've established multiple timelines for whatever. They have yet to prove they are. They haven't proven they've in the canon timeline. They've proved the exact opposite over and over again. They may not be in the Kelvin timeline or the JJ timeline or whatever, but they're sure as hell not in the canon timeline. See how this goes? And why it was a stupid game to play in the first place, JJ? Welcome to Pandora's box. And it doesn't end. So,
like I said, we should have watched The Stand.
Yeah, we also watched The Stand. And I'll go and jump on this one now. I can see why people are not familiar with the story might be a little confused by the jumping around. But if you go with it, it resolves itself. It doesn't take a lot of brain power to figure out, okay, this is a flashback, this is present. And I also appreciate the fact that this is their way of not doing a direct remake of the original miniseries. Because it was very linear. It started with, the very first thing was the Captain Trips breaking loose and, off to the races. And you follow on the story. So I can appreciate starting the middle of the action and filter in the backstory as needed. And as for Amber Heard being involved in this one, it's like, no, look at this here now. Her character, spoilers on a 30-year-old story, but I was just like, I haven't read the thing. I haven't read it. I think any Stephen King I've read has been an occasional essay or his book on writing. I have not read any of his stories. I've watched some of the movies though.
And I believe you watched the original miniseries.
Yeah, we've watched the original miniseries a few times here, so it's still okay. That was Gary Sinise. This one, so. So I can appreciate it on that level alone. But okay, this is what we're doing here. But Amber Heard's character, she's the one who gets basically raped by the devil and then jumps off a high rise, towards the end of the story. So it's perfect. You get to see her put through all kinds of hell, literally, and watch her kill herself. So. It's kind of like, when all this stuff broke about Johnny Depp when he was while they were doing the first, Crimes of Grindelwald thing. It's perfect. He's playing the villain, We want the audience to not like him in this case, so. Everything worked out on that. And in this case, everything worked out on this. You want to see Amber Heard, get raped by the devil and fall to a death. She's not a sympathetic character, so, So if she was still America's sweetheart, they might have a problem. But now you're going, yeah, nail her! Take that, bitch, this is for Johnny. Right. But, so far, I don't see a lot of the hatred going on here for this thing, It's like, whatever. It's doing okay, it's telling the story, I haven't been paying that close attention, but it's been on in my presence, let's put it that way.
Practically watched the entire episode.
Well, I had no choice. We were up and nothing was going on. And also, I was curious because Heather Graham's in there for a bit, and we had a small discussion about the character
from the book.
The character in the book that hasn't been seen before, I guess. And there was thinking, well, she's on the edge of 60. Well, how old is Heather Graham? And I looked up. Yeah, she's 50. So I figured she's in my ballpark. But yeah, she's about 50. Held up very well. But, yeah, so far, the story, I think, is going okay. On The Stand. For Discovery, it's just like, the stupid is strong with this one. And it was,
the only thing that makes that show bearable is the cat.
The cat, and again, Mary Weissman is actually proven to be a little... It is fun to watch her when she's finally given something to do, besides being nervous Nelly. And I don't know once you.
The cat
I mean, you can't believe. Yeah, I can believe her playing a captain. Frankly, I don't believe a captain coming out of Tilly all of a sudden, though. So that's where you get a little bit split there. But it also kind of goes to the thing of everything's better with Mikey Spock off ship. You know, when you let the crew be the crew, you know. I mean, you had Stamets down there, locked down there. What do you think I'm doing? Something. I mean, granted, Stamets isn't used to having a chief engineer on board this ship. Who the hell was a chief engineer last time? They didn't have one. Which reminds me of a rather convoluted story on the Love Boat where they had to, get their assistant chief engineer to stick around. They ended up bringing the entire family for the cruise. But that's another issue. Larry Storch played that one. Look it up. All right. With that one, I think we're going to leave it at that. It's just like another slog into stupidity with Star Trek Discovery. And I'm still wondering, why am I still calling it Star Trek Discovery? It's Discovery. There's no Star Trek in there.
In other words, it's crap.
It's just... Ugh. So, for some future producer down the line who gets the rights to do actual Star Trek, because as Doomcock pointed out, and in my diagram from Link Tech, real Star Trek is not dead, it is in stasis. It is behind the barrier. What we're getting now is imitation, it's not genuine leather, it's Naugahyde. Many Nagas died for the sake of this Star Trek, this version of Star Trek. So I think that I might do a fanfic story with the title "Cry for the Nagas," a Star Trek Discovery fiction story. Anyway, we're going far enough field. So PayPal, Patreon, yada yada down below, and we'll talk at you later.